Yo guys, what's up? And welcome to this trade recap of the trade that I took yesterday on November the 17th. On Monday, we had no high impact news, and I was able to find a very nice long entry. One of my take profits got hit, and I was done for the day. Very, very clean move, very, very clean trade. So let's just talk about the confluences real quick. So as you can see, we were coming into market open, and already we took out London lows pre-market, and we had the pre-session highs still resting above us, London highs and Asia highs. So yeah, preferably I wanted to see London lows to be swept out after market open, but in this case we swept London lows pre-market. And whenever this happens, I'm very cautious, and yeah, I was pretty much thinking about, should I enter, should I not enter? But in this case, I decided to enter with low risk and scale down to lower time frames after watching how London lows get swept out pre-market. And yeah, we can see a very nice response to the upside, broke structure with that big blue candle. Let me mark it out for you. Right here. Additionally, I mean, this break was pretty huge, as you can see, and we inversed also this 1 minute bearish fair value gap. I decided to enter off of these confluences on the 1 minute time frame, and yeah, having in mind that I have a bullish bias, I want to target these pre-session highs that were still resting above us, and yeah, took my first take profit on one of these 15-minute highs up here, and this high right here. And it was also, unfortunately, the only high that got hit. But it's pretty interesting what happened, because instead of going all the way up and sweeping out London highs and Asia highs, market decided to actually push further to the downside. And you can see that we formed an SMT divergence, a bearish SMT divergence on the 5 minute. Show you from these 500 highs to these 500 highs, we had a lower high. On NQ, we had a higher high formed. We formed a higher high on the 5 minute time frame. So overall was very, like, all of a sudden bearish sentiment, and market for some reason decided to push further to the downside. We can also see that here on the 15-minute time frame, not only did we form a bearish SMT divergence on the 5 minute, but on the 15-minute time frame we can also see that we wicked into this 15-minute bearish fair value gap, respected it, and moved to the downside. So because I was already like thinking about something like this to be happening, I closed out my entire position at my first take profit, and yeah, didn't really respect my second TP, so we can just erase that. Closed out my entire position on my first TP, and again, if you scale down to the 1 minute, you could have also take the short entry right here, which probably would have been the better entry for this day. But I wasn't so patient. I just wanted to get off the charts. I didn't have so much time yesterday. But again, 5 minute bearish SMT, 15-minute sweep, which was essentially my take profit in my long entry, and a 15-minute respect of this fair value gap. Again, scale lower to the 1 minute time frame or to other lower time frames, and monitor the price action. So again, we had a sweep. We had a respect of this 15-minute fair value gap, we formed a 5-minute bearish SMT divergence, and we broke structure to the downside on the 1 minute time frame right here with that black candle. And again, from there on, super high confluence trades. Like, why shouldn't you also enter a short entry right here? Stops above the SMT, about the lower high that were formed on ES. Can also take the trade on NQ, and then just target high time frame lows, high time frame liquidities. And look, you could even target these hourly lows down here. What an amazing, beautiful trade that would have been. So this is a perfect example again for SMC, for this entire strategy that we are trying to teach you, that it is working out. Every single day there are setups that you can trade with these building blocks that we're trying to teach you in our Discord. So again, if you haven't joined our Discord, it's completely for free. Yes, there are things that you can buy for memberships, for personal coaching, for weekly calls, and for more and more high value shit, but you don't need to do this. There is basically everything for free that you need in order to become profitable. If you want to become profitable faster, and you want to have calls with us, and you want to have discussions with us, and market analysis and pre-market analysis, there are some memberships, but it's obviously voluntarily. And just to be clear, this long trade that I took was completely predicted in the pre-market analysis on our Discord. Everything that was said in this pre-market analysis video played out perfectly for my long entry. The short entry that I'm just showing you right now here on ES is just an example that once you are aware of these building blocks, once you find them, once you're able to spot the fair value gap, order block, equilibrium, 500 breaks of structure, in general, like breaker blocks, once you develop the market experience, you should be able to catch such moves. And they're happening every single day. Remember, price is fractal. Price moves the same way on every single time frame. And again, like if I wouldn't been so quickly off charts yesterday, I probably also would catch this short entry right here. So I don't know how obvious you want me to tell all of these things to you, or to make it as clear as possible, but these strategies, they work almost every single day. I'm not saying you're gonna win every single day, because losing is also part of the game, but you will have a higher win rate. You will win more than you lose. And there's still people DMing me in the Discord, oh, how are you able to find these setups? How are you able to mark out these building blocks every single time? Like, how are you able to do these things? And they don't understand that it also comes down to market experience. Like we sat down for multiple years, for multiple hours, reading the chart, reading the price action, marking out our building blocks, using our strategy, backtesting our strategy over years. So people just don't understand that learning these building blocks is one thing, but the bigger puzzle piece is actually you sitting down, backtesting the strategy yourself, and gain confidence and experience while just spending time in front of the charts. And this is something that you can't develop, or it's not a skill that you can just purchase somewhere. It's something that you need to do by yourself. And that's why so many traders aren't profitable, because they actually don't put in the work, and they think that they can become profitable by just purchasing a course that is super expensive. So I'm saying that everything is on our Discord that you need in order to become profitable. If you want, there are memberships that you can purchase to accelerate your entire progress and to actually guide you and make your life way easier, so you don't need to solve these problems or questions that you have by yourself. So that's why we are there. That's why we are there. And again, yesterday, perfect example. No matter what your bias would be, long or short, bullish or bearish bias, if you would use the strategy, and if you would be aware of all these building blocks that we are teaching you also in a free course on our Discord, you would be able to catch these moves. And look how clean these moves are. And then there's still people that trade with trend lines and draw some imaginary lines and be like, okay, we have a trend breakout here, let's short, or we have a trend breakout here, let's long. That is not how the market is moving. You should know that drawing imaginary lines in your chart won't make you profitable. You need to understand why price moves the way it moves. And that is exactly what we are teaching with the smart money concept, because we are trading essentially with the smart money, with the big investors, with the banks, with the institutions that actually move the markets. And once you figure that out, and once you have the experience, it's fun. It's fun to trade with these big institutions together, with these banks, to catch these daily moves almost every single day. So please, if you consider learning day trading, watch all the trade recaps. There's lots and lots of value in it. Join our free Discord. Basically try to soak up all this information that is in there, and there's more and more coming soon. We're planning to do live streams, trading live, and we're just here to make your life easier. We want you to understand that this is a skill that you can actually learn if you really want to, and if you're dedicated to learn this trading skill. So yeah, with that being said, I think these both entries yesterday were pretty clean, pretty amazing. I mean, yeah, if you know what we're talking about by now, and you've watched these trade recaps, you should know, or you should already have realized that this shit actually works. It works, and it can change your life, and it will change your life if you just dedicate yourself towards the skill. So again, join the Discord, do yourself a favor, interact with other traders. We are almost at 100 members. We're still growing, and connect with other people. We all try to grow together and improve our trading skills. If you have questions, ask questions, and feel free to purchase memberships to make your life easier. And with that being said, we are doing this shit every single day in front of your eyes. We're having pre-market analysis where we just predict basically everything with a very, very high percentage, what is happening even before market open. You can watch the pre-market analysis now of this day and listen what was said in this pre-market analysis, that we're trying to look for manipulation to the downside and catch a long move. And then what did we do? We just waited for a break of structure, some further confluences, and just enter the long trade. And even if you weren't able to enter the long trade, just wait for further confluences. After we swept out this 50-minute high, respected the 50-minute fair value gap, formed the 5-minute SMT divergence, broke structure on the 1-minute break of structure, 1-minute time frame with a 1-minute break of structure, and then you could have entered the short entry. Perfect. This is price action that we want to see. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys learned something from this trade recap. Again, there's lots and lots of value in our Discord. Feel free to join. See you in the next trade recap. Peace out.